Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to create a ladder stitch bail for a bead embroidered cabochon or a bead embroidered focal point. It doesn't have to be a cabochon. In previous videos, I've shown you how to do all the different stitches for this, and now we need to know how to attach it to an actual necklace. So what you're going to need is you're going to need the thread you've been using. I've got some KO black thread right here. This particular method I'm going to show you is using 2 needles, so it's going to be a double needle method. So you'll need 2 size 13 beading needles. And you'll need some of the beads that you've already used in your project to carry along the color theme and make sure everything matches. So I've chosen some of the really petite little black ones and then these nice gold ones. So to begin, I've got this picot edge. So to make my bail, I first want to fill in the little gaps. Like if you think of these like little teeth of a zipper, I want to fill those in first. So I'm going to find an area on my cabochon, which is just slightly off center. I think I'm going to start right here. I'm going to take my needle, or one of my needles I should say, thread it through the picot edge, the little bead right there, pull it so it's about halfway along my thread. For the bail I'm going to make here, I've cut myself a yard of thread. I'm going to take one of my little black beads, and then I'm going to go ahead and go through the next little picot edge and pull. I'm just trying to fill in that gap. I'm going to do one more. And pull. So now I have a nice platform to start from. You can see that that's all filled in. And now I want to actually go to the process of creating my bail. Now I'm going to do a ladder stitch, and I am doing the double needle method. And I'm choosing to do it this way just because it goes so fast and it's so easy that this will be done in no time. So I'm going to take one of my needles. I'm going to place 3 beads onto it, and I've made sure that I'm pretty much at the center here. Pull those beads down a little bit. I'm going to crisscross my threads and take my other needle and go in the opposite direction. So I've essentially created a loop. I'm going to pull both my needles through and pull those beads all the way down. I'm going to give it a little tug. Doesn't need to be super tight. You're going to be working with the tension of your thread as you go, but you'll also see that you have room to go back and adjust your tension later on this particular project. Usually you don't, but on this one, there's a little bit more leeway. So again, 3 more beads. Pull them down a little bit. Then take your other needle and go through those same 3 beads, crisscrossing your threads within the beads. Pull them down. You've got a nice little loop right there, and just pull those down so they sit right on top of your previous row of beads. I'm going to pick up 3 more. Pull them down a little bit with my other needle. Go through those same 3, crisscross. Pull down, and you can see right here, and this is what I mean by you can adjust your tension as you go. You see they're not very tight. All you have to do, pull those threads and they tighten right up. So you're going to keep doing the same method of 3 beads on, crisscross your threads, pull down until you get your beading double the length of the bail that you want. So let's say you want a bail to be this long, about ½ an inch. You would bead 1 inch because we're going to loop it over and then secure it in the back. So if you want a 1-inch bail, you're going to go ahead and make 2 inches of this ladder stitch beading. So let's go do that, and then I'll show you how to loop it around and finish off your bail. As you can see, I've stitched almost 1 inch for my bail here because I'm going to want about a ½ inch bail. I'm going to do just another row or 2, so you can see I've just been doing the same process this whole time. So I've got my 3 beads. Go ahead, pull them down on your thread. I know this is repetitive, but sometimes it's good to see it over again to see how it's done. Just pull them down until they're flush against your last row. So I've got the length that I want, and you can see the tension is still a little wonky. I'm just going to adjust that right now. Make sure I'm happy with the tension at this point. If you have any gaps, just cinch them up. And you can see it does kind of ripple a little bit. Don't worry about that. When you have it hanging on a necklace, the gravity is going to actually pull it down, so it's going to lay flat. So now what we need to do is we need to loop it over and connect it to the cabochon again. So what we're going to do, turn it over, take one of your needles and go back through those original beads, the black ones along the edge here. These are the ones we started with, if you'll remember. I'm just going to do this. Okay, make sure you go through all the ones you started with. Pull that through. Don't pull too tightly yet, because it's going to be a little bit easier to do this if you now have a little bit of a gap right there. So I'm going to take my other needle and I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So again, we're just crisscrossing. And this is why we're using a smaller needle. We've got size 13 beading needle going on here, because it just makes it so much easier to go through these beads. Okay, so I went through all of those. I'm going to pull again. Okay, now at this point, I want to pull both my threads and let that just loop around. Work on my tension. And there you go. All right, so pull tightly. So you've made a loop. You can see we've got your bail right here where you have an area where you could thread some beads through or a chain. So that is all you need to do to create a ladder stitch bail. And then to tie off your thread, you'll just do it as you do with any other bead embroidery or bead weaving project. You'll just weave your thread back into your beadwork and tie it off as usual. We have another video showing how to do that on Beadaholique.com.